What is up, guys? Welcome back for Power Hour. I can't do it as good as you, crypto investor, so you know it's not gonna come out good if I try it. But good to be back. Thank you guys who joined in Discord. Always a pleasure. Market's still cooking. A lot of sideways trading since we got off. I'm not complaining about it though. NASDAQ still up 3.37%, S&P up 2.65%, the Dow up 1.87%. So we're still moving. Tiny Boxes, what's up, Tiny? Yeah, so sorry for the kind of different schedule, Tiny. Trying to iron it out to give us a chance to do some other content, stuff like that. So what we're gonna do is sorry for the whoa. So what we're gonna do, Tiny, we're gonna go 9 to 12 every day, then kick over to Discord for a couple hours, then come back for Power Hour. Obviously there'll be some extended hours when things are going on and things like that. Oh, you're in Boston now. Yes, that's right. That's right. So that's the first leg of the trip. Mr. Stogner still got that sense of humor, brother. That's what I love about you. So yeah, we're just trying to be realistic about everything, Tiny. You know what I mean? Like I was just telling Santa, want to be able to deliver on everything that we can, and it's a little impractical just to say, hey, I'm going to be here from 9 to 4 every day, and still be able to grow the channel and do things like that, and obviously take care of Nikki and that kind of stuff. Oh, I was about to say, what's that red? Oh, it's the AFC. So we're gonna roll with this for a minute and see how it works out, and you know, again, we're gonna keep changing stuff up. Awesome. Then off to Vermont. Yeah, Vermont's got to be beautiful this time of year, right before the winter hits. I think you're in for some beautiful scenery. PLPC, Preform Line Products, acquires electric hardware provider Delta Connectors. Oh, thank you so much, Tiny. It's you know, I haven't done much editing, so it's kind of a learn as I go process. I know it probably doesn't look it, but I did put a lot of work into it, which was just as much for the actual Netflix and for going further in the future, you know, and that's so look for more of those. And again, anybody 18 minutes until 4:20 in Bermuda. I love it. So for any of you guys that have ideas, Tiny, if you you know, if there's anything out there that you think not only would you be interested in seeing, but something that you think can grab people's attention, you guys know better than I do. You are you're the viewers. Oh, that SPY dropping. Let's see if my put sold. Nope, it's close though. It's close. All right, we haven't looked at this heat map since we got back. Lots of green there, and you know, still hasn't changed. We got a few pimentos in there, but nothing Warner Brothers Discovery now entering the pimento. Still Fox down almost 10% now. Cigna Corporation, Chucky Schwab, and Kroger. So pretty good when in one breath I can call out all the red on the heat map. Always a good sign. And we'll see. We got 56 minutes left to see what this market is gonna do, and you guys know the deal. Any of you guys that are playing any kind of calls or anything like that, you know, be sure to set yourself up for tomorrow because it's a new day. Well, thank you so much, Tiny. You are far too kind. got in on that DraftKings call, 1350 strike for 1111. And Crypto, you said their earnings are right before that, right? I know you dropped that earlier. Oh, look at that. Chunk Savvy. Much love. I view the stream on my TV and my laptop. Counts as 2 viewers, helps the channel. Who cares to join me? You're the best. You are the absolute best. All you guys going above and beyond to help us grow. Can't say enough. Okay, so November 4th, I like it. You got football right in full swing. I'm really interested. Crypto. So the big thing that we have here, what I'm going to be looking for is year-over-year numbers. So this time last year, DraftKings was not available in New York State outside of just the fantasy football aspect. So we didn't. Now, I'm not saying that people aren't gambling on other sports, because they definitely are. But let's be honest, when it comes to gambling, what brings in the most money is 100% football. Okay? We seen the numbers last year, Crypto, for that small gap that they had in New York State. And again, I'm not a homer saying New York State is the mecca or anything, but we have a lot of people that gamble, and a lot of thirst for that gambling. You know what I mean? So this is going to be, now granted, we're only going to have a minuscule amount of numbers, right? But they're going to be able to take those projections, Crypto. Yeah, NCAA definitely, but I think that the majority of the NCAA, and don't get me wrong, there's people betting every game and stuff like that, but I think when you talk about gambling on the NCAA, I think bowl games, obviously, you know, there's a big uptick there, but March Madness, I think, is more of a pool type situation, so it's not. I don't think that the exchanges are making out as much as that. I think it's more office pools, ESPN pools, things like that. But again, you still have your gamblers. I know people that will bet on a rugby game that's going on somewhere across the world just because it's the only thing they could bet. They're out there. But I'm really interested in the projections. I'm really interested in the baseball numbers. Baseball's another big betting thing. You don't think about it because it's so drawn out, but I know a lot of people that bet baseball religiously. So those expectations, and what I've been thinking about with that too, Crypto, is what side of the economy is hurting, you know, because you could look at it one way and you can say, well, people don't have the money to gamble. I can get on board with that, but I would lean the other way. I would lean people in desperate times are trying to make a quick buck a lot easier. Plus, like Enzo was talking about in the Discord, with all the incentives that they've given away, and they've done it beautifully. They've really evolutionized how they give away free money, quote unquote. Because before it used to be, we'll match your deposit. Okay, so you deposit $50, we'll give you $50. The other thing, soccer, yes, soccer definitely. Soccer is getting bigger. We've seen the Chiefs Stadium is hosting. I know they're up there for the World Cup when it comes here. Adam Aaron was at that game yesterday. I seen him talking about it. And yes, that's the unfortunate thing, Lobo, is people down on their luck tend to gamble, you know, and it's human nature. It kind of stinks because, you know, you see people that are in a hole put themselves in a worse hole, and I'm not blaming them, you know, it is what it is. But I think that all is going to pay off for DraftKings. Now, Crypto, I do have to say a little bit of downside because we like to see things from all angles. The saturation in the amount of different platforms. And it's not that I don't think that DraftKings is just as good, if not better than all of them. But is there enough competition, Crypto, that people can basically bounce from one to one to one? Okay, I'm going to get my deposit bonus here. I'm going to go put some money in this one. Oh, Caesars is giving this week. Oh, GoldenNugget.com. Oh, Fubo's getting into it. They're going to drop us something free. So, I don't know. And especially the other downside, and again, I'm not trying to be FUD, man, crypto. I'm just trying to see this thing from all angles. The other thing is, I think it's harder to get new subscribers because, because other platforms are opening up, offering those first-time subscriber bonuses. Those first-time, where like, okay, I can't get anything else free out of DraftKings, so I'm gonna go over here. Oh, definitely, definitely, and I think that's still a big part of it too. I think that's something that's more unique to DraftKings crypto that gives DraftKings and FanDuel an advantage over kind of any of the up and coming, including Fubo, things like that. Because I think it's I think that's still a big part of it, and not in the daily fantasy is still huge. It's still huge, and that's they got us up here in New York, hook, line, and sinker, because they gave us the fantasy aspect of it. So like we could kind of gamble a little bit. It's gambling, but it's not gambling. Is it gambling? We don't know. We're betting on individual players, so it's not technically gambling. So you had people kind of getting hooked like that, and then all of a sudden it was like, hey, you guys want to play fantasy? Hey, kid, come over to this one. And they put a complete different app. Like for me, I have to have a complete different app from the fantasy app to the real one, but it's like, come on over here, kid. We'll give you 50 on the sly if you start gambling. Exxon exits Russia empty-handed with oil project unilaterally terminated. Exxon partnering with CF Industries and EnLink Midstream to capture, transport, and store 2 million tons of carbon emissions per year produced by a Louisiana fertilizer plant starting in 2025. Okay. I guess that's good. Right? Yeah, I think that's a big good point there, Lobo. When I look for a sports book, I'm looking for rewards as in rooms, etc. in Vegas and local affiliates. So maybe that positions somebody like Caesars or Golden Nugget, like one of those ones that has an actual physical affiliation to a casino. Maybe it gives them a leg up. I don't think we're there yet with those, Lobo, but I think looking forward to the future, I think that's a good way to look at it. I don't know. The only thing that scares me on that, Lobo, is I don't know if Las Vegas is the gambling destination that it once was. With us having the ability to gamble so many different ways just on our phones, not to mention with the, especially like native casinos, things like that opening up. I don't know if Vegas has the draw, but now maybe on a smaller level, maybe what would be cool is if you've seen, so like the mobile, my casino here has a sports book. It has an online feature. It's not good. It's not any, So maybe what we could see, Lobo, maybe we see a partnership. Maybe we see, okay, so Seneca Niagara Casino, that's right near me. Maybe they're not big enough to put out their own gambling platform as far as that, but maybe what DraftKings or FanDuel does is try to partner up with some of these smaller casinos to have an online aspect of it and to get those rewards for that casino. Now that would be win-win, and this is why it would. So Lobo, you plan on coming to Niagara Falls next year, you want to get a leg up, you start gambling through Seneca Niagara's, say they had an affiliation to DraftKings. It's easy for you, you're able to do it at your home, you're able to accumulate points for this casino, and then come here. Now that's win-win for the casino because now they're drawing you in. That's a casino's number one goal. Just a thought. Oh, first carbon capture contract by a major fuel company. Okay. Oh, U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband sold call options in chip makers Micron Technology and NVIDIA for a loss of under $1 million, according to a new transparency filing. Yeah, And you know, we said that, we talked about that when we seen the Nvidia purchases. I think that was a big distraction. I think that was a big look at everything makes sense. This is blatant, right? Pelosi's buying Nvidia, the CHIPS bill's getting signed, the CHIPS Act's getting signed, everything's up, and you know. Then he sold. Then it went the other way. Then she decided to take a trip to Taiwan. Then the U.S. decided to ban selling chips into China. So that $1 million loss, sure. But did he still maybe have information that prevented that made that? Let's just say it's $1 million for argument's sake. But did he still have information that limited that to $1 million loss? Because I think maybe, and the reason I say that is because it didn't seem like Pelosi and the administration were on the same page as far as her trip to Taiwan, things like that. So maybe there was a little bit of confusion. Maybe she got caught up. Maybe, you know, these people with power, there's always somebody more powerful, right? There's always somebody further up the food chain, and maybe she thought that it was going to be a done deal, or like I said, maybe it was something just to throw us off. Because at the same time that was happening, all we're pointing out is, Pelosi, the way Pelosi trades. Meanwhile, the gentleman in Texas, Dan Crenshaw, is the most profitable one. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like Pelosi gets thrown in to muddy up the waters, and I think she's a polarizing figure where it's like, and I'm not saying with us, we don't make it into well, she's on the left and she should, no, but I think other people do, and that's why I think it muddies the water. And we warned of that. We warned of following the Pelosi. You know, you got the Pelosi tracker, you got all this stuff. You follow it, you're gonna get burned, because it's like, oh, she probably does. And when I say she, I mean her people, the people that are around her that help her make decisions. If you think that they don't know that there's a Pelosi tracker and all this, and they're not going to do something, you know. So this, I think, was just a way to, hey, look, we don't make money all the time off of these. Look, Pelosi knew she was directly involved in the CHIPS Act, and they still lost money on it. This must be a free and fair market when even the top dogs with insider information can lose. Really, the fine Congress imposes on themselves for insider trading is $200. Wow. Yeah, they got to lose a little bit for tax purposes. Follow Crenshaw for better results. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed, and no offense if any of you guys are Crenshaw fans, I enjoyed, there's a gentleman out there that makes videos where he kind of gets in politicians' faces, not in a confrontational way, but asks questions that make them uncomfortable. And this particular gentleman happened to approach Dan Crenshaw, and hilarity ensued. Oh, $200 is the fine for reporting violations. So that fine probably never gets issued. Oh, borrowers can now start applying online for relief under Biden's student loan forgiveness plan, which is expected to cancel billions of dollars in student debt for low middle income families. And Junk Savvy providing that link. And hey guys, Junk, I know your personal opinion on it, and I totally salute you on that. I know you have the mindset of, you took out that loan, you're gonna pay that off, and I could not be more blown away with those kind of ethics and sticking to your guns. And but for those of you out there, if any of you guys are still paying off student loans, and maybe you qualify for that. I know he's up there, CBS Frog. I know he's up there. Yeah, I think and I don't know how up to date it was. The last list that I seen, I want to say Pelosi came in about number 5. It was a pretty mixed bag. It was if you looked at the top 10, You wouldn't say, wow, Republicans are really, or whoa, Democrat. It would be, it should be something that people look at and say, wow, this makes sense. They're all in on it. It doesn't matter if they got a little R or a little D. You know, the same way that the players shake hands after a football game and go about their business. Same thing. And it's also one of those things that's like, if we put those restrictions on it, is it gonna solve the problem? So if you restrict them, you don't let them trade. Do they now just have a subsidiary? You know, okay, I'm a congressman. I'm not going to trade. Who's to stop one of my friends? Who's to stop me from having somebody else, you know, set up an account, something like that? So it's the same thing like we talked about with term limits, where it's like, those are great ideas, but they need to be implemented the right way. Because I think if you took the current system right now and you just implemented term limits, you're going to have people that 100%, instead of just lobbying for re-election and things like that, you're going to have people that are 100% looking to the private sector for what they could do for them in that short-term limit. And I don't know if it's, and I don't claim to have the perfect plan, guys. I don't claim to this will fix it, or this who's got a little D. You know, no comment. All right, what else is moving? So Powell, we talked about Powell early this morning. I think it was Sabrina that brought that news, and they've been cruising all day, up 5% on that. The announcement of the online marketplace. They're trading now at just under 315, 314.5. We got MMAT up 2.8%, down off those highs, hit a high at 97.5 cents. Now trading at 93.54. What else? AVCT still trekking along, up 37.88%, 222 right now on AVCT. And that volume, this is an adjusted 90-day volume average because of the reverse split that recently took place with AVCT. But just for some perspective, on the adjusted 90-day volume, we have an average of 5.46 million, trading 30.3 million trades right now. So about 6 times the daily average on AVCT. Yeah, and that's where I say, is it better? I don't think it. That's why I say I don't think just saying saying they can't trade isn't the answer. I think every one of their trades should be looked at, should be analyzed. It's tough, right? Because you're always going to have the people that are creating the laws have to somehow in turn be held by those laws, and I guess that's where we have the problem. But I think when you look at certain of those trades, I think it's pretty evident, you know. When you go back to what happened early 2020, well, why is that investigation not, you know? I mean, there were certain elected officials who attended a meeting before a lot of what was going on in the world was made public, were able to liquidate accounts, and then we all know what happened next. So, like that situation, there should be people going to jail. There shouldn't be people, oh, well, maybe this person knew. No, this person took a pandemic, profited off it while hiding that information from the people. And they should all go to jail. Pretty simple. Well, and part of the problem too, I think, Lobo, is you get these people that have zero expertise in certain things that get put on a committee for something that's way over their head. Maybe if the committees were based more on expertise of that area, when you see people on the House Finance Committee, things like that, that really have no right to be there. It's we're a country of what is it, 300 million people? You would think that every single committee would have the right people on that committee, but if you don't know how it works, go watch Distinguished Gentlemen. It pretty much sums it up all. Plus, you get the comedy of Eddie Murphy, so it's well worth it. And the other thing, too, guys, is Nancy Pelosi making money off stocks isn't the problem with the stock market. Like, I wish it was that simple. But you're talking about it's a distraction. It's a distraction. And, it wouldn't have been made such a big deal if it wasn't. So that's kind of my thoughts, because it's like, what does it matter? What does it matter? In the grand scheme of things, I'm not saying that they should be able to do it, but like, hey, if Pelosi makes a couple million off NVIDIA, and no skin off my back. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Hills. That's unfortunate. And I know I got like a bit of a soft spot for that dude. Just because, like, I seen the hate that he got for it, and I've seen the jokes, and I'm not a Debbie Downer. I just feel bad for the guy because, he's got money. I get it. Oh, don't feel bad for him. He's going to be fine. Well, the guy put himself out there. And I don't know what kind of pressure he puts on himself when you're, and I'm not saying, this in an egotistical way. I'm saying this by just I know the stress that I put on myself to perform for you guys. He obviously was performing for a much bigger audience. So it's unfortunate, Birdie. Yeah, it happened a while ago, Hills. Probably better that you didn't see it, because I stopped looking because there was no substance. It was just people hating on him, which, again, I didn't follow him enough to know if he did anything wrong to his viewers. It never seemed like it did to me. It seemed like my only gripe on him was just that I didn't trade on the level as him. So I didn't find what he did really relative, but I thought he was very well spoken. I think he did his research. I think he was a self-made dude that, hey, when you're performing for those kind of people, like I said, not just performing, actually giving financial advice, gotta be tough. Only 215 kilometers, Birdie. That's all. Took you 3.5 hours to get there. Now back at it. Beautiful, Birdie. Beautiful, beautiful. I figured you were tied up. I didn't want to bother you too much today. Kind of wanted to get your thoughts on what's going on over there. But whenever you're free, today, this week, whatever, Birdie. I know you're a busy man, and trust me, I appreciate every minute that you can help us out. Yeah, and it just goes to show. See, that was my thought on it, Hills, because I look at things. I don't know. I can't look at somebody's downfall as a good thing, and I can't look at, because it could happen to any one of us. And obviously DUI is looked at differently by different people. I look at it as a very serious thing, but I don't look at it like this guy's life should be ruined. He made a bad mistake. It's just a shame. It's a shame that and like I said, this is going back to when it happened. It was a shame to see so many people pile on him, and And you don't kick someone when they're down. That's just that's wrong. And regardless if it's just anonymous people doing it on the internet or whatever, you know, hopefully he was able to tune that stuff out, and hopefully he can move on with his life. I think he'll be okay. You know, there's accusations of other stuff that he did that I haven't seen anything hold any proof that maybe he led people this way. Yeah, whatever. If that's the case, okay, prosecute him. If not, then just leave the guy alone. Just me. That's true. That's very true, Junk Savvy. And I'm not saying that we're always going to have, you know, the top notch, but it's like when you see people serving on 3, 4, 5 different committees that you know, yeah, see, I didn't get into that. Like I said, I didn't get into what he was doing. I did see those kind of accusations, but again, I haven't seen anything concrete proof, and it's unfortunate. Nobody wins in those kind of situations, you know, and all you could do is just hope for the best for the guy. Do I think it's stupid? Yeah, absolutely. I'm completely against drinking and driving, especially when you're someone like, not that there's anything that ever makes it okay, but it's like, come on, Kevin, we know you're a millionaire. You can't get an Uber? You know, that's the tough part. But listen, I'm a Raider fan. One of our up-and-coming rookies last year decided that driving 200 miles per hour while intoxicated was the best thing to do, and he ended somebody's life, and he's paying the price for it now. It's tough. We're all human, no matter what it says in your bank account. You're still a human. We all make mistakes, man. If any of you guys haven't made a mistake out there, let me know. You know, it's just like that. But one thing you cannot mistake is that this market is just crushing today. NASDAQ up 3.45%, S&P up 2.73%, the Dow up just about 2%. What are you guys feeling? Is this gonna last? Is this have we found the bottom? I have to say it. Are we gonna see a fake pump for a couple weeks due to the midterms? Possibly. Amazon up 7%. 7% on Amazon. Like, what happened? Tesla 7%. Google 6%. Oh, look at you, Birdie. Look at you. Appears our new brand, the company that was bought last week, Temporalis, also has an office in Athens. I love Athens. I don't speak any Greek, but the Greek people speak English quite well. Well, Birdie, this deal just seems to keep getting sweeter and sweeter, Birdie, and you know what? I could not be happier for you. Watching this whole journey from you taking that position to what you're building over there to this new acquisition. Just awesome. Awesome. It could not be, all this could not be coming to a more deserving guy, Birdie. And I'll tell you what, buddy, I am so damn proud of you. And I just want to keep seeing where this thing goes. Because I know the pride that you take in everything you do, Birdie. Both in a professional level and in a personal level. House hack. I have not, Hills. I have not. I'm intrigued, though, now. I like houses. Hacking, not so much, but yeah. Macrogenics strikes a deal with Gilead, potentially worth more than $1.7 billion. And Gilead, not seeing a lot of action off that. Up just 0.18% today. And macrogenics. Okay, that's where the gains are. I should have thought that first. MGNX up almost 14%, 13.64% at $4 flat. Okay, so this is a licensing pack for blood cancer candidates. The collaboration agreement grants Gilead the option to license MGD024, a potential treatment for certain blood cancers, including acute myeloid leukemia and myelodysplastic syndromes. Sorry if I butchered that. Gilead will pay Macrogenics an upfront payment of $60 million, and Macrogenics will be eligible to receive up to $1.7 billion in target nomination, options fees, and development, regulatory, and commercial milestones. So trading now at $4 flat, up 13.6% on that news. Thank you for that, Junk Savvy. All right, 24 minutes left in Power Hour, guys. And I gotta say, I may go with the strategy what I did on Friday. Friday we were getting a lot of that downside. At the end of the day, I was able to scoop up a couple of those cheap calls, and if we keep flying to the upside, I will be looking hopefully for some downside coming tomorrow. And then we have 1 second. Let's see earnings tomorrow. Oh, yes. Yes, okay. So, Enzo, that is the complete Godfather screenplay, and then the other is the poster, right? For the 50th anniversary of The Godfather. Let's do this, Enzo. Let's set it for Friday. Friday, guys, we're going to be doing a special giveaway. Enzo has some really cool AMC type stuff. And, yes, we'll do it Friday. So Birdie's Birdie always coming in with that good. Oh, NFTs. Okay, even better. Even better. 104 out of 1,000. Oh, that's rare. That's rare. Awesome. Thank you for that, Enzo. And we will, let's shoot for Friday. That'll give us something cool to do on Friday. So Birdie says, why do the markets pump? Bond market issues fixed? I did listen to a podcast explaining that Bank of America will continue to buy short-term, or Bank of England, I'm sorry. Bank of England will continue to buy short-term, less than 5-year government bonds for a max of $10 billion per week. Okay. So a little bit of, I wouldn't say not truth, Birdie, but a little bit of gray area with them. With what we're getting over here anyways, we're just getting that they're completely, that they've stopped buying the bonds. And then like you're saying, that won't solve anything even if they do just buy up that $10 billion. Oh, so Hills, are you talking about like, did I miss the first part while continuing to rent out others? I think I missed the first part of what you were saying. We got Pauline back. Pauline, great to see you. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us for this afternoon Power Hour. What we're seeing here, Hills, is we're seeing what used to only happen for colleges. So like there was a few big houses, right? Fraternity type houses that would kind of rent out to certain fraternities. But now what we've seen is we've seen people buy up residential properties near the college, Niagara University. That's the only real big college near here. and then renting room by room. So upkeep isn't there. That makes sense. Basically, he's buying up cash flow assets on a massive scale, renting them out, and then cashing out when they peak. That makes sense. That makes sense. And it's when it comes to real estate, I have trouble looking at the big picture. I tend to look at the real estate just from what I see around me instead of stepping back. Oh, you're talking about Kevin. So he was buying up cash flow assets on a massive scale, renting them out, and then cashing out when they peak. Nothing illegal about that, right? Oh, yes, please. I know this is the second stream of the day, so be sure to hit that like button if you would be so kind. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. So Caesar says, I've done the DD on the law, and in recent cases, to my understanding, the only way a congressperson can be charged with insider trading is if they trade on confidential, non-public information for a publicly traded company. Not confidential, no public info from inside the government, which of course should be illegal, but currently isn't. Wow. Maybe Hills, and I wish him success. But that was a lot of the stuff that was being talked about him, and if his followers feel like they've been betrayed, they're not going to touch that IPO. Maybe he's got bigger investors lined up. I don't know. I think as far as credibility, he's lost a lot of that. As far as a business acquaintance, I'm not saying he's a horrible person or anything like that. And again, I hope it works out for him. It'd just be interesting to see. Because I think when you play stock market, I think he's a big wig. And I know he's made some money in real estate, but at least around here, real estate's changed. And hopefully he's got some big wigs behind him, because he's not fighting little Sally that's trying to buy her first house over there, or Jackie and Betty who just got whatever they're looking. He's battling BlackRock, he's battling Vanguard, and I'm not saying he's gonna lose, but that's a fight I wouldn't want. I was looking at that, as a matter of fact, crypto, at that Kano Health. Health stocks to me are tough bounce plays. They're tough bounce plays because a lot of times overreaction is warranted. So the news on this, So they were supposed to get bought out by CVS. CVS has walked away. Has decided not to pursue an acquisition on Kano. What's funny is that it also fell 13% after it announced that. So back on. And this was just on October 10th. Kano Health sinks 10% after no CVS deal. After no CVS deal announced. Okay. I misread that. I'm not doubting that he knows real estate well. I just think that the landscape of it's changed in the last just 2 or 3 years. And like I said, I wish him nothing but success. And I think I would rather see him be successful, Hills, than some of those other companies that I was talking about. You know what I mean? I would trust him more handling real estate than some of the people that may be involved. Mr. Harley Knight, thank you, sir. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yes, hit that like button, folks. What's not to like? NASDAQ up damn near 4%, 3.57. S&P still up 2.87, and it is ripping here. This is definitely where I will, not financial advice by any means, guys. I will pick up a put for probably expiration on Wednesday. I just don't see how this can hold. I don't see how we can hold this overnight. And then going into tomorrow, so early morning tomorrow, we do got a few earnings before the bell. Let me get those for you. So J&J, Silvergate, Hasbro, State Street, Commerce Bank. Those are the big ones before the bell. Then after the bell tomorrow, we got Netflix, United, Interactive Brokers, going right into Wednesday when we have Ally, Abbott, Travelers, Procter & Gamble. Then Wednesday night, we have Tesla, IBM, Lam Research, WD-40, which I didn't know. Now, what's that ticker symbol? That still blows my mind that WD-40 has its own company. I just can't believe that. And I can't even find it. Okay, Birdie. So I listened to... Thank you, CVS Frog. Appreciate that. Listen to some wise people in podcasts in the car today. The general advice is to stock up on anything the government cannot print. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, canned food, oil, etc. Things you can trade. Wow, that's concerning. Awesome. Thank you, Hills. I will definitely take a look at that. I told you I was a sucker for Meat Kevin because he reminds me of Ryan Reynolds for some reason. And he's very engaging. I never watched a video of his that I lost interest. Hey, I give credit where credit's due. You know, I think he's very well spoken. I think he's very intelligent, which, it's tougher to accept. It's one thing when you're like, well, the guy's a dumbass. I could see why he went and got a DUI. But when you see people and it's like, I don't think he's an idiot. I think he made a dumb move, obviously. But again, who amongst us haven't? Batteries, ammo, yeah, I think it's those same fears, probably a little bit escalated over there, Birdie. I don't think we're quite there yet here, I hope. But we talk about that all the time, not even from a global meltdown kind of point of view or anything like that, just, and especially, things that we've seen in the last couple weeks. We've seen the terrible hurricanes down in Florida. We've seen the stuff in Mississippi, Kentucky. We've seen horrible tornadoes, things like that. So just from a survivability point of view, you should try to have this stuff, especially food, especially bottled water, all that kind of stuff too, just in case, God forbid. That is the stuff. It is much better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Agreed to an extent. And no, you're not I'm the one that keeps talking about him too, Hills, so no worries. This is good conversation. Because I think there is some differences. I agree with the sentiment with what you're saying. He knows because he's been there before. And I'm sure he's surrounding himself with people that also know. Like I said, the only thing that concerns me is just who he's up against. And that's kind of changed. That wasn't in play really so much in 2008, 2009 with that crash. It was more foreclosures. With this one, see, this is where I think he's going to get beat to the punch. In 2008, he was able to swoop in on foreclosures, buy them up dirt cheap. I'm assuming that's what he did. not judging him, not saying that was the wrong thing to do. I'm just assuming that's how a lot of people really got rich then. I don't think we get to those levels of foreclosure this time. I think we get to those levels of right before disclosure, where you get the letter from whoever it is, JP Morgan, BlackRock, Vanguard, of, hey, it looks like, you can't really afford your house. We got this new program that we're doing. What we'll do, we'll buy your house from you. We'll lower that mortgage payment. You were paying $2,300 a month on your mortgage. You can't afford that. What we'll do, we'll take that property off your hands for you, and we'll rent it back to you for only $2,000 a month. Now, see, you can make ends meet. You're happy. I'm happy. We're all happy. I hope that doesn't happen, but it's we've seen that trend, and it's not happening around me because we're not a big enough area. But I got friends in Florida. We've seen national headlines of institutions coming in, not just buying a house or a couple houses, buying up whole cul-de-sacs, buying up whole, kind of whole neighborhoods. And, whether you believe in the Great Reset or whether you don't, and I'm not saying that it's something that is 100% going to happen. I think there's still forces acting against it, but it is a real thing. It's, the WEF has put that stuff out there. And part of their initiative is to create a renters only class. You'll own nothing and like it, and it's not just some conspiracy buzzwords nowadays. We're watching it take place. Different areas of the world kind of are at different stages of it. See, I don't know enough about real estate, Hills, to even know what a wedge deal is. I just know if he made money off of 2008, 2009, he made money off of somebody else's misery. Now, again, I'm not judging him for it. I'm not. But if you made money off of real estate in 2008, 2009, you picked up somebody's misery and flipped it into somebody else's. Which, again, great business. I just think it's a little bit different this time around. So non-refundable, the reason for the split stream, I'm just trying to give you guys what I can guarantee to deliver on. And I don't want just the stream up on its own, just as a place setting. The way I look at it is we're trying to grow this thing. So every new viewer that comes in, we got to impress them. We got to impress them. And with me having to get Nikki, trying to get some videos made, things like that. He had to flip side. I mean, you don't make millions, you don't make tons of, and I guess you can over time renting, but I'll agree to disagree because yeah, under market value because somebody just got foreclosed on. The bank got their money back, so now they're letting it go. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. He bought cheap houses that people lost, profited off of them, and whether he flipped them or whether he rented them to other people, there's really no difference. A little bit more upkeep on having to do it, a little bit harder process having to rent them out. And again, I'm not saying like he's a dirtbag for doing it. Don't misinterpret it, Hills. I'm just saying that's how people made money. That at 2008, 2009, they were able to swoop in. And if it wasn't him, it would have been someone else or a bank that did the same thing. I'm just saying I think that there's bigger players involved this time. It's a little bit different, at least here. And I'm not saying that speaks for the worldwide, real estate market or anything like that. But yeah, back to what I was saying, non-refundable. So instead of just running the stream all day, figured we would get to a schedule that allows me to make some other content, allows me to fulfill what I'm going to say. So what we're going to do is we're going to run from 9 to 12. That's going to be one stream. And then I'll be back for Power Hour and do the hour here. And in between, we'll be hanging out in Discord, doing things like that. Trying to get some other content out. like I said, I have to leave usually to go pick the boy up. So I'm trying to time everything out perfectly. And this isn't set in stone. Nothing's set in stone. Trying out new things to see what works. What's up, Bullfrogging? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, that's what we do with, yeah, no, it's definitely dog eat dog. But again, I just didn't want you to think like I'm saying, oh, this guy just profited off of people that, no, not at all. Not at all. You live in Northern California, Shasta Lake City, and we send all our water to LA. Why is our lake dry and we keep sending our water? How much tax money comes out of LA and how much tax money comes out of where you are? Non-refundable. And that's not a dig. That's probably why. The same reason why here, non-refundable, we generate electricity, a crap ton of electricity at the, with the Niagara Falls, with the hydroelectric power, and we send it down the coast. We don't benefit from it at all. We benefited during the building of it. They put new streets in because it was such a big project, the Niagara Power Project. It's not quite the Hoover Dam or anything like that as far as the marvel of what it is, but it was pretty incredible. A lot of people died during the making of it. It was a really big project here. And, we got some short-term stuff when it was being made, but we don't have any benefits of it over the long term. And it's tough because our electricity and our water too. Now I understand you can't use the water from there. We have waste treatment plants and all that, but that water is so polluted. But I literally pay more. My water bill per gallon is more than somebody that lives in the desert. So if you're paying a water bill in Arizona, you're paying a better rate than me living right next to a river. Oh, I wasn't trying to justify it, Lobo. I just think that that's how they look at it. If you watch Non-Refundable, I'll tell you what. You need to watch the Streaming Wars, the latest South Park, because it's not about the streaming that we're thinking it kind of is irrelevantly, but it has a lot to do with the water supply, which I thought was kind of interesting. 3:57, guys. I'm sorry, I've just been chitter-chatting away. But we got 3 minutes left in Power Hour. And it looks like we're going to close Uber Green. Uber Green. And I am... I don't know if I should... All right, 2 minutes left. I deal with the same thing on a different kind of scale, non-refundable, saying SoCal controls the whole state. NorCal is different than SoCal and has no representation. I'm down to split the state. Yeah, I deal with that. A lot, and pretty much most of the area outside of New York City deals with that here. It has its pros and cons. I'm not going to say that we don't get any benefits from kind of the state governing around New York City, because there are times when we benefit. When it comes to, and under a minute, guys, 45 seconds left. Be sure to close out anything you need to. I forget where I was going with that. Sorry, non-refundable. Been a long day and it's only Monday. Oh, what I was going to say is when it comes to a blanket cost of living, Anything that goes throughout New York State, non-refundable, people in cities like mine benefit. They'll never tell you, yeah, that SPY dropped big. It's trying to come back a little bit, but it's we had a couple of big red candles right around 3 minutes ago. Click on the USA flag for English. You got it, Birdie. So yeah, non-refundable we make out there because obviously to live. Okay, and that's the bell. We finished with the S&P up 2.65%, 3.43% on the NASDAQ, and 1.87% on the Dow. But yeah, just to finish that thought before it leaves my head again, non-refundable. So when we get things like stimulus, stimulus was a perfect example. A lot of folks in my city benefited because when it comes to cost of living, and only certain things are judged by New York City standards, and obviously to live in Niagara Falls costs a lot less. So there is benefits. Most people won't tell you that because, like everything, most people are so one-sided on something that they'll just tell you, it sucks living outside of here, it doesn't matter how I vote, blah, blah, blah. I agree. There are some crappy things, you know what? But there are benefits. Everything isn't black and white. There's pros and cons. And, you know, I could sit here and gripe about my vote doesn't count, my this, my that, everything goes to... What's it going to do? What's it going to do? Somewhere down the line, somebody that in my heritage chose to live in Niagara Falls, and whatever. Got a lottery ticket on that Cano? Not the worst thing in the world, crypto. Not the worst thing in the world, brother. Lottery tickets can pay out. So, pleasant surprise today, guys. I did not expect this much green in the market. Hopefully some of you guys made some money out there today. And hopefully you positioned yourself to make some money tomorrow. Please, guys, reach out. Let me know what you think about this setup. Let me know if you think it's going to work. Again, you guys are the viewers. You are the people that we care about. Just trying to make everything work in every possible way. Trying different things out. Different strategies of how we can give you guys what you want. And at the same time, try to make some content that can help grow the channel. And believe me, I need your input. Again, if you thought it was terrible, let me know. If you think we can change this up, let me know. But it is now 4:02. It is just about dinner time for the little guy. So I am going to go prepare that. But again, guys, 1 week and 1 day down. And we're going to keep pushing this thing. I cannot say how much I appreciate you guys being here. All the support, all the love. Truly, I can't guarantee much, but I guarantee that myself, and I'll make a guarantee for Enzo too, because I know you guys might not see everything that he's doing. But truly, the kid is busting his butt. He is really... And really trying to do it for you guys, really trying to help me out. I know he's got my back, and you know, show him some love, because I know he doesn't want it, but he is doing a lot. Off to bed, Birdie. Off to bed. Birdie, hit me up tomorrow. I'll be up nice and early tomorrow. I know what comes first, Birdie. So please don't ever feel any pressure, and I know you're better than that, but we will get a chance to talk soon. And guys, thank you again. Birdie, congratulations, buddy. So cool. And Stanley, Pauline, my lady, Junk Savvy, Caesar C, Non-Refundable, Lobo to Welfare, Crypto for Us All, and Little Crypto. You guys are absolutely amazing. Sorry if I missed anyone. Bullfrogging. My man, really appreciate you showing out too. Hills Bills, appreciate the great conversation. Always a pleasure. You guys are the absolute best. And yeah, can't wait to do it all over again tomorrow morning. So we'll be here bright and early. I think what I'll do though, guys, I think I'll set it up about 8:30 before I take Nikki to school. I won't leave just the stream starting soon thing. What I'll do is I'll set it for 8:30 so that we start. You guys got some charts up, and then I will be on by 9 a.m. So appreciate it, guys. Everybody have a fantastic evening. Great Monday night. If you're into the football, check us out in the Discord for Monday Night Football. Grumpy, I was saving you for last. I was actually about to put on a ballad and sing to you, Grumpy, but now you friggin' ruined it. You know, Grumpy, I had it all lined up. I had everything in play. Everything was about to go good. And now, you know. So that's for you, grumpy old man. Next poker night will be Wednesday. So Wednesday and Saturdays, but yeah, if Stanley's bored tonight, tell him to hit us up in the Discord. We'll be watching football, and you never know when a poker game could break out. But I'll tell you what, Pauline, you let Stanley know if it's not Wednesday or Saturday, any other time it breaks out, we will be sure to send him a personal alert because we love having him here. Love having all you guys here. And everybody have a fantastic Monday night. All right, guys. Much love. Go spread some love out there. Do something nice for somebody and make you feel good.